this is Brett from Survival Comms, and this is part 6 of my backpacking equipment series. And we're going to talk about sleeping pads, sleeping bags. And you can see here I've got my sleeping pad out, which is a 3/4 length ridge rest, which has been fine for me. And I have a ground cloth that's made of Tyvek, which when you use Tyvek, it's great, but you need to put it in a washing machine and run it through a couple of wash cycles to get it to become easier to work with and more cloth-like rather than more paper-like. And then you can see down here I have a trash bag. The trash bag, which is just basically a contractor liner. What I do with that is I actually can use it as a browse bag. I can fill it with debris or whatever to thicken up my sleeping pad. I could use it as a bivy sack, or I could use it to make some sort of a shelter or whatever, or I can actually take and put my pack in it if I sleep underneath my hammock. Now I do bring a sleeping pad with me even when I sleep in a hammock. It doesn't weigh much, and it actually insulates your back very well. If it's below 40 degrees, I will use an underquilt with my hammock, which I don't have with me because I didn't have my hammock set up. And an underquilt is fantastic. I've slept in the 20s in a hammock with one of those and I've been good to go. But I've slept with just one of these without an underquilt in the green bag in a hammock, and it was just above freezing and I was comfortable. So I would definitely always bring a sleeping pad with you. Okay, my sleeping bag I prefer to use between the temperatures of like 50 degrees and freezing is just the green bag from the MSS, the GI green bag. These things are fantastic. I know a lot of people don't care for them much, but they compress well. They're light in weight. They're very roomy, so you get plenty of space to move around in the bag. They're very durable. The zippers are durable. The material is durable. And they're inexpensive. I think this bag's, I paid like $40 for it or something. You know, you can get them Army surplus used and wash them and you're good to go. Another sleeping accessory I may use if it's cold enough, or I may just use it by itself, is one of these silk bag liners. They do increase your temperature a little bit inside your sleeping bag. But again, like the bivy sack, they're kind of like one of those things to where you have to climb into it from the top. If you were going to use the bivy sack in warmer temperatures, which to me is not very comfortable, you could go ahead and slide in one of these and put this inside of it and have somewhat of a sleep system with that. I don't think it'd be very comfortable. I've never slept in it by itself with just the bivy sack, but since they both enter the same way, it'd be good for that. But this is also very light in weight and relatively inexpensive. And this is my favorite sleeping thing of all. And this is the Whoopee, which is just a military poncho liner. And these things can be had relatively inexpensive, and they're good from about 50 degrees and up. They're very comfortable because you use it like a blanket. They're actually, I feel it's the best option for a hammock. It's either one of these or a quilt, to where you just lay it over top of you, because in a hammock, getting in and out of a sleeping bag is a real drag. I do it when it's cold because it does keep you warmer inside of a sleeping bag. But one of these, like I said, if it's above 50, you're good to go with one of these. They're light in weight and inexpensive. Now what you can do with these is you can tie this into a poncho, and I'm filming by myself today. I don't have a tripod with me, so I really didn't have a way to lace it into there, but you have tie outs at the corners right here, and you take these tie outs and tie it into your grommets of your poncho and turn it into a sleeping bag with that. I rarely use it with the poncho because I use my poncho as rain gear and just use the Whoopee by itself. And this is the little bedroll there, sleeping pad with the Tyvek and the packed in one transportable configuration here, and it doesn't weigh anything at all, and I retain it to keep it together with a couple of Fastex buckles with just some parachute cord around it. It's easy to, once you set the Fastex buckles for it, It's easy just to tighten it back up rather than using like jam knots or something. And you also carry those extra buckles if you need them to repair your pack, because I've had those break before in the field, and this is an extra way to carry spare parts for the mini straps on modern backpacks. So I hope this helps. This is Brett from Survival Comms. Till next time.